when I look back, I feel really, really proud because everything I planned, we did here. So I can live now in peace. To be fair, I couldn't imagine if I would be here for such a long time. But one thing I'm sure, when I signed for City, I was sure I was giving 100% to win a lot of trophies. So from the first day, my intention was to win games and to win trophies. And obviously, after this successful, and then it was normal, to sign another contract, extend another contract, and then stay for 9 years.
When you made your debut, a 4-0 win against Newcastle at the Etihad, what are your memories from that game?
I was really excited about my debut, to start to play in the Premier League with the great players, the great team. The City had been champions two seasons earlier, and then it was a really special moment for me, not just for me but for my families as well, because they were with me during this process, during this transition, and then it was really a special moment. And I can remember the feeling I had before the game, to make the debut in Premier League and play for City was such a special moment.
And in that first season, we won a league and cup double. It was a fantastic season, some brilliant football played. Do you feel we get enough credit for the football that we played in that season in 2013-14?
Well, I remember, I think when it got in February, we scored over 100 goals. So our team was like a proper machine to score goals, and then we play, to entertain our fans and try to deliver the best football possible to our fans. And obviously, football is really complex, because sometimes people will say good things about you and people won't. But I can say that I think City that year, we play very good football, and I think our fans like it.
And yourself and Yaya Touré were key to that success. Can you just describe the dynamic between the two of you, and why do you think it worked so well?
I think we understand each other quite well. So sometimes we exchange a little bit the position. We always try to play, forward, and then try to create some chances for our strikers or offensive midfielders. And the communication between us was really, really nice, really important. And maybe one of the keys, we played so well together. And obviously Yaya, with his quality, he was unbelievable, especially in that season. What he has done this season was amazing. And for me, it was a really privilege to play alongside him.
And above that, with Manuel Pellegrini as manager, what was it like to play under him? Because as you've mentioned before, we played some brilliant football over his 3 years as manager.
Yes, he was really a really gentleman, and really calm guy, and was so nice to play under him. He always said we have to play a simple football, 2 touches, try to get the ball in the grass as much as we can. And I think most of the players, we understood that, and then we always try to do what he asked. So it was really nice to work with him, and then we won the League Cup twice, and we won the Premier League once, and it was special for me because he was really nice person.
And in that second League Cup final, you obviously got on the score sheet at Wembley. Would you class that as one of your highlights in a City shirt, that game?
It's always important, It's always nice to score goals, and especially to score in the cup final. And it was better because we won the cup final after. And definitely could be one of the highlights of, with the Man City t-shirt. But overall, it's always special to score a goal.
Absolutely. And you've played with some absolute legends at City, Vincent Kompany, Sergio Aguero, David Silva, just to name three off the top of my head. If you had to pick one, who would you say has been the best player that you've played with?
Ooh, it's hard, yeah. Yeah, but for I said it before, and then it's no problem for me at all. But I always liked to play alongside David Silva because for me he was really special player, clever, intelligent. He just he read the game so well, and he set the tempo properly during the game. So it was really special and really nice to play alongside him. For me, he was one of the best players I have played with.
And you inherited the captain's armband from David Silva as well. What do you think you've brought to the role during your 2 seasons as City captain?
I always say that, captains not necessarily have to wear the armband, but the way I behaved all over the years, I think I was one of the guys who was always in front of the group, trying to protect them, trying to help them the best way I could. And obviously when Vini went and then Davi went, the players and the staff, they chose me to be the captain. It was an honor for me, a privilege, and it's good. It's good to be, to be in this position, and maybe that's why I got a lot of gray hairs now.
And just going back slightly to Pep Guardiola's introduction as manager, he's obviously brought a real winning culture and a new style, taking the club to a new level in a way. How would you assess his impact on the club as a whole and the team as well while you've been here?
I think since he came, the way City start to play under him was completely different. Another, as you said, different level. And then the first season we struggled a little bit, but the second season we flied, and then obviously new players came and we changed everything. And we recovered this hunger to win games and to play good, to perform well, to win trophies. I think this was the key when we changed it, And obviously, with his philosophy, with his idea, the way he can pass the message to the players, he make us understand the way he wants to play is much, much easier. So it's so important because we listen to the meetings and then we go to practice in the pitch, the training session, and then we try to apply in the games as well. And when you look back now, you see everything was perfect, was really good. And that's why he's considered one of the best managers in the world.
Do you feel he took your game to another level as well as the team's as well?
Definitely, yeah. Because when he came, I was 30 already, so obviously I had a good managers in the past. But when I start to work with him, I just start to I see the football in a different way. I understand the football much, much better. He makes you to see the game in another angle, in another vision. So it was amazing for me. Definitely, he helped me to change my level, to increase my level, and my understanding about football as well.
And looking back on your City career, you've won a record amount of Carabao Cups, multiple Premier League titles, an FA Cup, every domestic honour you could have won, you've done.
Yeah.
How will you look back and describe your career, do you feel, at City?
I think one word I can describe is really proud, because since the first day, the intention was to win trophies, and then we did it. Obviously, the whole group, the whole team, the whole staff, everyone was involved. And when I look back, I feel really, really proud because everything I planned, we did here. So I can live now in peace.
And hopefully the future's bright at the club with a lot of youngsters coming through, getting an exposure to the first team. Do you feel like the club's in good hands going into the next generation?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Because those young players, they having really privileged to have a chance to live with the first team, to train and then to play, to know and to learn a lot of things on a daily basis. And this is gonna be a really good opportunity for them to learn now, to apply in the future. And for sure, they understand really well City way to play. And 2-3 years time from now, when they get a little bit older, they'll be flying. And I'm really looking forward to see those players playing City shirt in the future.
And one of the main parts of your legacy is you're the Brazilian with the most Premier League appearances. Why do you feel that you were so suited to English football, and as an extension of that, why so suited to Manchester City?
It's a good achievement, to be fair. It's a privilege to be in this position. And I think City just give you the opportunity to play good football, and I could say the Brazilian style of football. If you go back and Brazilian national team was 70, 82, 86, most of the people, they remember that. They say Brazil played very good football in the World Cup. And this is part of the Brazilian culture, in the football way. You have to play good football, you have to try to play as much as the better you can. And the City playing that way, I think, is really suitable for us to join the club, to join the team, and make it much, much easier for you,
What would you say has been your best performance at the club?
I would say maybe when we won the league, 2018. That season was really, really, really nice. I was in good shape, and after the season after that, we won the league again, and we made the back-to-back in the first time after 10 years, I think. And I think those 2 seasons I was feeling really good, and then the team was playing really good. I would say those both seasons. Obviously, every title we win is so important, but those 2, I think they have a special taste.
Who in the squad do you feel has the character to carry on the brilliant work you've been doing as club captain?
Well, it's going to be a hard task. It's going to be a hard task, but we got some players which can carry on. Obviously, I don't know who's going to be chosen to be the captain, but the group of players we have and the senior players, they're gonna look after the young players and the whole team for sure. And we'll see who's gonna be the next captain.
And just moving away from the football briefly, you described yourself as mostly Mancunian last year. What has the support of the fans and the city in general meant to you and your family while you've been here?
Yeah, the fans, they have been amazing since my first day here. Really respectful, polite, supportive. Every time I go in town or go in a park for a walk with my kids, they show their respect. They show their support, and this is amazing. It's really nice, because I'm not sure if you can find fans like this in other places, in other teams. And obviously, my family and I, we were always, treated really well here in Manchester. That's why we spent 9 years here, because the kids, they were settled in school, with their friends. My wife, she was settled as well, so it was really important to keep me calm, to do my job on the pitch. And one thing I'm gonna miss is gonna be City fans for sure.